And on today's video, I am joined once again by your friends and mine, Real Dead. And since I've been trying to do a horror series about poorly rated horror films, I thought why not bring up the subject of what is our absolute top 5 worst horror films ever made. Now, I thought this would be a fun list to do collectively, especially between 3 different individuals. You're going to get 3 different answers, so there's no telling what's going to come up here. But we guarantee these are absolute garbage, worst of the worst.
Yeah.
So thank you guys again for joining me to do this list. I don't know how much fun y'all had making this list and having to think about these films again.
Yeah.
Some of these I just found out like didn't exist at all.
Yeah.
But I don't know who wants to kick this off.
I can.
We'll start with our number 5 collectively and trade off.
Okay. My number 5 is a wretched movie that I hated. I didn't even want to go watch any more movies after this. I did, and it was slightly better. But this is from a huge franchise. Actually, the biggest franchise in horror. And that is The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. This thing is a piece of trash. It is boring. It is the same old stupid stuff. It's dumb. I seriously hate this movie. And I didn't even pay to see it, though, because it was on free on HBO Max during COVID. But didn't matter. It stunk. Didn't like it.
Is that the 3rd film in the franchise?
Yeah.
Conjuring?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll be honest, I have not seen it, but
don't.
Going by the trailer, I was like, I'm not really that interested. So, what was the biggest thing you hated about it?
Oh, just like the same old stuff, and it was just, yeah. When you watch those movies in succession, it wears very thin, very fast. Believe me, me and Mike actually did a whole ranking we did it with Cody Leach, and so I watched a bunch of these films back. The first one, that's right. The first one,
damn,
awesome.
Put the flex in there. We did it with Cody Leach. I mean, come on, man.
Well, we did. That's the video we did with him. And so
Jeremy's done a video with Cody Leach too. Go check that out.
Yeah, yep. And the first one is still excellent, honestly, and the second one's not bad. But the quality from the second to this one just drops off a cliff, man. In my opinion, it just does. So yeah.
All right, so that's your number 5.
Yep.
Mike, what would be your number 5?
Well, this is a franchise that the original is one of my favorite movies of all time. And quit laughing, Josh. It's not Halloween the end. Not yet, anyway. It's Jaws: The Revenge. I love the original Jaws.
Horrible.
The 1987 Jaws: Revenge. I mean, after the death of her husband in a shark attack, I mean, come on. Ellen Brody becomes convinced a great white shark is personally attacking their family.
Yeah. Yep.
It goes from New England to the Bahamas to do it. I mean, come on. It's got the cheap ass effects. It's just for the Jaws franchise, which I mean, I don't even know what else to say about it. I mean, the movies I'm picking are major franchises, so they're probably, it's not B or C rated or D rated movies that I'm picking as the worst ever. I'm trying to pick movies from major franchises, but this one just fills up the toilet, man, and you can't even flush it. It's that damn bad.
It's horrible,
man. It's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, but which one do you think's worse? The 3rd one, or the 3D shark coming at you slowly, or the 4th one?
It's 4th.
We have psychic abilities.
It's the 4th one, in my opinion, Mike.
Yeah, probably so. They're both. They're it's.
Oh yeah, they're both bad. Yeah,
it's just not good at all. But the whole storyline on this one is just what killed me about the sharks going to the Bahamas now. I mean, I guess great whites can do that, but just the whole storyline with it supposed to be up in the New England area, and then it just, all of a sudden it's following their family to the Bahamas. Okay, all right, it's not good.
I will agree with you. The fourth one is probably the worst, especially like she's psychically connected to the shark, and like, no, what are we doing? No. Okay, so for me, my fifth one is 2016's Sail, starring John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson. This Stephen King book is my favorite Stephen King book ever written. It's his take.
The Sail?
Sail. It's his take on zombies. And the novel, I have read it 3 times, is phenomenal. You get John Cusack, Samuel L. Jackson back together from 1408. Another great
Wonderful
Stephen King.
That is
Jennifer Lopez in that too?
No, that's a different movie.
That's a different Sail. Okay.
Yeah. 1408 is very underrated in my opinion. That movie is. I've never seen The Cell though.
Don't. Just don't. First, okay, you have these 2 names on a Stephen King story.
Yeah, I love John Cusack.
You're gonna put it in theaters, and the last minute you don't. You put it straight to DVD.
Oh shoot! Yeah, that's a bad sign.
You take out most of what's happened in the novel. You do this watered down. You can tell they're here for the paycheck acting out of both of them. And what really made me mad is I love the ending to this novel so much that when Stephen King said, I'm going to rewrite it for the movie version, he wrote probably the most worst endings I've ever seen. That completely retcons everything of his novel, everything that's happened in this film. It is just stupid. I hate this film. I recently bought this novel for someone for Christmas. And when I gave it to him, I said, whatever you do, don't watch the film. This is as good as it gets. Don't watch this movie.
So kind of like why Stephen King hates Kubrick's version of The Shining, because it has nothing to do with his book, basically.
He did the exact same thing, only Kubrick did it better.
I like that a lot. Yeah, I love The Shining.
Like it.
But Stephen King hates it.
It's just Stephen King tried to redo his own stuff and made it worse.
Yeah, crazy.
So
yeah, I won't see it. I'll take your advice.
All right. Josh, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is a movie that I'd never seen. I thought the trailer actually did a good job of like, oh, what is this about? Like, this is kind of cool. And then you watch the film, The Happening. M. Night Shyamalan. We actually did a video on that guy's movies too, which has some excellent AA plus movies, no doubt. M. Night, I mean, the Sixth Sense is an all-timer. Signs is also very good, not as good. Unbreakable, awesome. Split. I mean, he's got a lot of good movies. The Happening is not one of them.
You love The Trap. You love The Trap too, right?
Oh gosh, that was horrible. Trap was horrible. But The Happening is they're running away from the wind. Or like the pollen in the air or whatever the heck it is. It's like, are you kidding? No. And then Mark Wahlberg, which I don't mind him as an actor. I've liked him in a lot of movies. This movie, he might give the worst performance he's ever given in a movie. It is horrible. I mean, it is bad. Zooey Deschanel, she's fine. But like, just a very bad movie. Horrible plot, concept. I mean, some of the stuff, I will say, is cool. Like when the guys are like, because it makes you commit suicide. Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to say it. Unalive, sorry. But like the guy's like falling off like the construction stuff, or like the guy laying in front of the lawnmower and it runs him over. Like some of that's kind of cool visually, but the plot is just god awful. So yeah, The Happening's number 4 for me.
I agree with you on that because I was one of the ones that got hyped up for that film. Like M. Night Shyamalan's first rated R film, and he's doing horror. You go see it, and it's like the most wooden, stiff Mark Wahlberg. It's like Andy Samberg doing an impersonation of Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
Mark Wahlberg.
It is horrible.
Okay, so Mike, what is your number 4?
I'm going to go hit another big franchise here. I mean, it's pretty big. It has to do with a hockey mask, and it's not Hush.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th. There's 2 that really, really suck.
Just pick
I'm
one.
gonna go with 9 on this one. I'm gonna go.
Oh,
Jason Goes to Hell, 1993.
horrible.
Jason is blown apart by FBI agent, but his spirit survives possessing others to continue killing while seeking a blood relative to resurrect his body. Jason Tully even in the damn movie.
Hey, it reminds me of another movie that might come up later about someone not being in the.
But I mean the body horror possession is just awful, and it's just
terrible.
I would say it and Manhattan. Manhattan almost was on my list. I'm not a big fan of that one either. There is some funny parts I like in that one I laugh about, but this one for me, I just was not a big fan of it at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not on my list. Not at all.
All right, we might have our first big fight.
I was gonna say loves it.
I think Jason Goes to Hell deserves to be in the top 5 Friday films.
Are you kidding? Oh yeah, terrible take. That's like our
separate video. We got a separate video to do after this video. Now,
hey Jeremy, that's like our friend Gregory that's on our channel. That's like him saying Roman is the best Ghostface killer.
Okay, I don't agree with that, but this was literally this came out in '94. I think that's the very first horror movie I ever saw in theaters.
I think it was like 92 or 93.
93 was this one, according to what I got.
Okay, 93. Okay.
So I was 6 years old when I saw this in theaters.
Wow. Crazy.
And that's why it's had that impact for me.
I get that.
But I'm a huge fan of Jason Goes to Hell, but I understand why people are not.
It does have the Necronomicon in it, which is kind of cool, but they never went anywhere with it. So
no, they never took that anywhere. It was just an illusion. But
yeah,
Jason Goes to Hell is the first and only time we hear what Jason's father's name was.
Yeah, but why do you need a knife to kill him, or like what? Why did that have to be a thing? It's dull. It didn't make no sense.
It's pretty much like Evil Dead. That's their dagger from the Necronomicon. But I respect it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
pieces at the very he's blown into pieces at the beginning.
Yeah, I rented that from Blockbuster in probably like '98, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, cool. Jason Goes to Hell because the cover's cool, like with that snake thing coming through his mask and the fire, and I'm like, this is gonna be sweet. That's back in the day when you looked at the cover and you're like, oh, this is awesome. Put it in. Jason's blown up within the first 5 minutes, and I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, what's going on here? So
I think in that one, at least Kane Hodder's like playing a security guard or something, right?
Yes, he does, and he's got a mullet, Mike, for sure.
He has a mullet. All right, so my number 4, I am going to lose Fan Zone.
Oh no!
I don't think I've ever said this on the channel. My number 4 is the original Cabin Fever.
Oh, I do like that movie, actually.
I have, and I've given it an honest shot. I have owned it twice. I have watched it over and over. I just get so mad at this movie because it's a great concept. It's a great flesh-eating disease concept in the woods, Evil Dead style. But the stupidest characters I've ever seen in a horror movie.
No. I got one coming that's the stupidest characters in a horror movie.
So we know what's going on, but we're still gonna choose to have unprotected sex.
Well, that's a horror movie.
Gonna pour bleach on our genitals to try to get rid of it. We're gonna come down a wooden ladder to poke a body with a literal stick for no reason, only to fall in and get infected.
Hey, I think that thing was filmed right up the road from me in Mount Airy, North Carolina. That's probably realistic. That could really happen.
Hey, you've seen that, haven't you, Mike?
Yeah, somebody that I used to work out with in the gym is actually in that movie.
Oh, I like the movie.
Had a part in the movie.
It's Eli Roth, right?
Yep.
Eli Roth.
Yeah.
And it's even got my boy Ryder Strong, because I'm a huge Boy Meets World fan.
Yeah, me too.
He was the selling point for me, and then
I agree.
I kept getting angry at this movie for the poor decision makings that were made by each character.
Do not watch the sequel. It is atrocious. No. It's horrible.
Oh! If you haven't seen the Cabin Fever sequel where they got Sean Austin in there, what is it, Cabin Fever Zero or something like that?
I saw the second one, and that's as many as I ever want to watch. The
second
horrible.
one is like Prom or something.
Yeah, that's the one. It's horrible. It is horrible.
To me, all of them, like even the remake that just came out, that is like the Psycho shot by shot, is just, I cannot stand this film, and I have done everything I can to give it a shot to how much everyone else loves it.
Right. Well, I feel that way about like Halloween 3. Like, people are starting to love this movie. There's some things I like about Halloween 3. It's not on my worst list, but there's some things I enjoy. Of course, Dr. Chalice is freaking hilarious. He's a scumbag, but it's funny. But like, people say this movie's great, and me and Mike have, and I think you have. I don't remember, but we've met the great Tom Atkins, and he's awesome. But his movie sucks, in my opinion. That movie sucks. I hate it. So, yeah, but I feel that way about that. Like you say, yeah.
All right, with that, getting into our last three. So,
yep.
Josh, what's your number 3?
Okay, so my number 3 is a movie that I don't understand. I've seen people defend it, and I do not know why. I still cannot wrap my mind around it. I watched this recently, and I know Mike did too. And it just, bad decision after bad decision. And that's Halloween Ends. This thing is still a piece of shit. Sorry, I don't know if you know swearing on here or not, but it is a piece of shit. It still is. It doesn't hold up. I tried to give it a shot. I watched it with a different set of eyes, because we did a review on it. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can find maybe I'll see something. No. It's all the bad decisions just pile up. You don't see Michael Myers till like minute 47 of the movie. And then he's weak at that. He gets body slammed by a nerd. So, I mean, I just can't do it. And it had to be here. I mean, maybe Mike thought it was going to be my number 1, but there is worse movies than this, believe me. But, yeah, it's the worst in the franchise. I think I'd even rather watch that piece of crap Rob Zombie Halloween 2 than this. Because that is a piece of crap, but at least it does have some pretty cool kills in it. Halloween Ends does have a couple kills, but I think I'd actually rather watch the Rob Zombie thing with a white horse and all that bullshit. I think I'd rather watch that, but both are crap. But, yes, Halloween Ends had to be here. And it's, like I said, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, horrible. And then there's another one that I was going to put here as kind of a tie, but Ends made the cut. Halloween Part 5 is a big piece of trash. So, and I know people love that one too. I don't get it. It's boring. Horrible final girl. I mean, I could go off about this stuff, but Ends wins it for me. Number 3, Halloween Ends.
Damn, Josh, tell us how you feel.
I'll be honest. When it came to my top 3, I had to think what films like physically made me angry, and Halloween Ends is one of those films that made me physically angry.
Did you run to the theater and watch it there in the theater?
No. After Halloween Kills, I would not do that.
Mike did.
But, I mean, it tries 3 different plot points and never follows through with any of it.
Is this your number 3?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
There's this another film that the other three films that made my list. So I was like, no, I was even more mad at those. But
Okay.
Halloween Ends, yes, to me is the worst Halloween movie, and I was all on board that we were going to get a new shape, that the shape could transcend to somebody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. Me
And
too.
you get Nick Castle outside the tunnel saying he's Mike Myers, and it's like, oh no, this is an entity. I was all on board. Let's do that. Nope. We abandoned that, only to do a third act with Laurie and Michael that we've done how many times? It didn't even
Or they had a
good.
great chance there. And we've talked about this before, Josh,
Yes.
where they could have took and said the mask is the evil part of it, and tied it back into part 3 with the whole mask and the
Yeah.
clothes. I mean, back part of that maybe it's the mat one, like a prototype mask is one of the first ones. They could have done something to tie that in, but yeah, I'm not going to talk about that because I don't want to spoil something else later on. I might talk about.
All right. Well, with that, Mike, what is your number 3?
So one of my favorite, again, franchises, one of my favorite horror movies of all time is The Exorcist.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm gonna go ahead and write it. I think I know what it's gonna be.
I was going to say David Gordon Green, but no, this
You're
one
not?
this one shits on it even worse than that, I think,
Oh.
and that is number 2, The
Oh
Heretic,
yeah. That one's horrible, I've heard.
1977. It's worse than Believer. Real quick, Father Lamont investigates the death of Father Marin while Reagan struggles with lingering trauma from her possession. Hypnosis, psychic connections are used to explore demonic origins. And it's just, the mythology is so far from the first one. It is just a cash grab from 3 or 4 years later to me. It's horrible. Part 3 is much better, in my opinion. Actually, I think it's a lot of people sleep on part 3.
Yeah, I like
Um,
part 3.
I just I don't get it. You know, that franchise is really just, other than the first one, the third one, and I really didn't like David Gordon Green's either. But when I
Mm.
went back and watched it again with my wife, I was like, well, you know, it's shot well. I didn't like
Yeah.
all the shit that happened in the top, but it's still not as bad as 2. The storyline and everything in 2.
I've never seen The Heretic. I always heard it was so bad that I just never watched it.
It's one of those that it probably wasn't until about a year or 2 ago that I finally finished watching it because I just cut the damn thing off. It was just not that good. And I'm a huge Exorcist fan. You know,
Yes, he is.
I got the Linda Blair thing back here, animatronic, and I love that movie, and you know the spiritual good evil thing of it, and it stinks, man. It stinks.
You met Linda Blair too at a con, Mike, didn't you?
Yeah, yep. Got a couple of her autographs, so yeah.
Yep.
Big fan of hers, and I've heard a lot of people say she's an a-hole and all this stuff. She was not that way to us at all. She was great. I just want to say that up front.
Depending on when you're watching this video, she's actually coming here to Nashville in February. So hopefully I'll be able to meet her too. I completely agree with you, Mike, that is a terrible film. The Exorcist, the original, is probably the second horror film I ever watched in my life with my dad. And I remember asking him, "Oh, is there a part 2?" And his response was, "We don't talk about that." So it wasn't until I was maybe 15 or 16 that I watched it. And I'm like, no, that's what he meant. We don't talk about this. This doesn't exist. Let's forget about it. The only cool part about the whole movie is the poster. It,
It has a really cool poster. It does.
yeah, that's it. All right, so again, when I had to think about these, I had to think about what made me mad. So my number 3 is, ironically, The Human Centipede Part 3, the final sequence. I hate this movie. I hate this movie with a passion. And I'll defend the first one. I'll defend the second one because if you've never had anyone in your life that hasn't seen the second one, it's a fun experience.
Ew.
It's fun to get a virgin into these films and watch them watch the second one. That's its rewatchability. The third one, however, is basically the director Tom Six stroking his own ego to the highest level he can. He puts himself in the film as himself. You get this whole prison that instead of a death penalty, they introduce the human centipede. So you have like a 250 long person human centipede. Every character from the first two films is brought back and recast. And they go for the most over sexualized, sleazy horror I have ever seen. And I can handle a lot of gore. I can handle a lot of that most people can't. This movie made me gag. This movie was just sick for the purpose of being sick, with a terrible ending. My ex-wife had to convince me to watch this. I was railing against it so hard. And I just sat there mad the entire time. Like, I knew what this was going to be. It's a waste of time.
Never seen it, and probably never will.
Thanks for warning me. I'll never watch that, okay?
Hey, next video we'll all get together for a live watch of Human Centipede 2.
Oh, okay. I've only seen parts of Human Centipede, and I'm good on never watching any of those.
All right, so Josh, we're in the final two. What's your number two?
Okay, so my number two is Terrifier. No, I'm just kidding.
And now we're done. I don't know who Real Dead is.
Kick his ass out.
Oh, I'm just kidding. No, this thing was, I gave it a shot because I hate the 2006 version of it too. But this movie makes that version look good by comparison. This is 2009. This is a Blumhouse, by the way. 2019's Black Christmas. Now, they always talk about this is woke, that's woke, blah, blah, blah. Well, this movie is very woke. And I'm a liberal. I'm someone that considers myself a liberal, independent, whatever.
Let me preface that saying I am not a liberal. I'm going to just put it that way.
Yeah, I'm a liberal, independent, whatever.
Wait a minute! Don't say independent, John. We got to quit talking politics.
Oh, I've been all the spectrum, whole spectrum, Mike. You know that. So, but Black Christmas 2019 is horrible. Like, basically, men are evil, women are good, women are powerful, and it like shoves it down your throat. Yeah, it gags you with it. It's just too much. It's like, okay, man. Like, okay, we know women can be badass. Ripley from Alien. They didn't have to shove it down her throat. She's a badass. Sarah Connor in Terminator series, in number 2 especially, a badass. They didn't have to shove it down our throat. Like, it's like, listen, women can be tough, and I don't mind women being main archetypes in movies. I love final girls. They're not weak. Sydney from Scream is a tough final girl that takes no shit, especially at this point in the franchise. I love that. That this movie is not that. This movie is just horrible. I mean, even my wife, who is a strong woman, she hated this movie. She did not like it either. So, yeah, it's just horrible. I would never watch it again, in my opinion. It went for a whole evil men cult thing, and yeah, just really bad. I hated it. And I actually just watched that like 2 years ago, and it just left such a bad taste in my mouth, man. Yep. I mean, I thought the 2006 version was really bad, which it is, but it's better by comparison, in my opinion. Have you guys saw this movie?
So, I have seen it, and the only thing I remember about it is thinking this should have been called #MeToo.
Yeah. For sure.
Because I haven't watched the 2006 remake of this. I've watched the original in the 70s.
Yeah.
And still, that is one of the best slashers. You get this movie, and it's like, there's nothing in common. There's nothing they're trying to redo or remake. This is just
right.
piggybacking off of the name of all names.
Yeah.
I don't mean this bad, because trust me, every male in this movie got on my nerves, because they were
Sure.
just a trope of somebody.
Yeah.
There
Yep.
wasn't a single female in the cast either I cared about living.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yep.
absolutely terrible.
Mike, have you watched this movie? I think you did because we did. I think we
Oh
might have.
yeah, oh yeah, it sucks. It's so
Yeah.
freaking far one way. It's obnoxious, man.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I am on that side, and I even thought that. So yeah. Yep.
All right, so Mike, what's going to be in your number 2?
All right, so this is the only one in my list, and I've made a couple of jokes about it. This is the only one in my list that's not part of a major franchise, and it is a low budget film, but the hype on it was so great, and I am a sucker for a good thumbnail and a good video and a good poster. And I believe both our channel's boys, Cody Leach, tore this one a new one.
Yep.
In fact, so much that him and the director, I think, had to have a follow-up meeting to talk about part 2. But it is Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey from 2023.
Never seen it.
Christopher Robin abandons Pooh and Piglet, who turns feral and murderous after being left to survive on their own in the woods. They brutally kill trespassers. It is the acting is so bad. I mean, you know it's going to be bad, but sometimes you see a movie and you're like, okay, it's going to be so bad it's good. Oh, hell no. It's just, it got to the point where I got about halfway through it. I just cut it off. I mean, usually when I don't like a movie and it's that bad, I'm not going to waste part of my life on stupid stuff. So I just cut the damn thing off, but it was so bad. The acting is so bad. I have heard 2 was a lot better than 1. I still haven't went back and watched that yet.
They had a lot bigger budget, I think, on number 2.
Yeah,
Mike.
I think 2 did, and I think Cody and them kind of made up, and he said it had some good parts in it, but still wasn't high on his list. But part 1 is god awful. It maybe should have been my number 1. It's just really bad.
I listened to what Mike said, and I did not watch it, but I did watch the dead meat on it, and it looked, and even James A. Janice said this movie is bad before he even did the review. He goes, "This is not on my favorites list. It is actually a bad movie." I mean, and he never really says stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, he said that. So yeah.
So I like to call this the Domain universe.
Ugh.
And yes, Winnie the Pooh did kick this off, but I'm sorry, of everything that's come out between Winnie the Pooh, Bambi, Peter Pan, all that, Domain Films Streamboat is probably as good as you're gonna get, and it's not even that good. So Winnie the Pooh, I don't know why there's fans of this. I cannot sit here and say I've watched all of it, because it's one of those I got halfway through and I was like, I'm done. I can't imagine sitting here.
Yeah, you gotta cut it off. I mean, you're like, geez. I mean, sometimes movies like that, you just want to see the blood and guts and the kills, but it just was so bad. The acting is so bad in it.
But to what you said, that people say that the second one is better, I've heard that too. It still is not enough for me to go back and be like, I want to see more.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. As my go, so of these top 2, they could flip flop at any point in time. The only reason this one is at number 2 is because it was released this year. And I could do a whole hour-long video about why I hate this movie. I Know What You Did Last Summer. The requel, whatever reboot you want to call it. I was so mad at this film. I really thought from watching the trailers it's going to be garbage, because it's the same plot as the first one. So
Yeah.
we don't have a hookman problem. We have an underage drinking problem and hit and run problem.
Yeah.
No one in this cast of new characters I cared about. They do a time jump from a year from where the accident happens to the present, And they change things about the characters with no explanation and no warning, so it leaves you really confused. But probably the biggest thing is, and I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. I know it came out this year, but maybe this will keep you from it. When I watched the trailer for this, I said, if Ray, Freddie Prinze Jr., is not the Hook Man and he's just fed up with dumb teenagers, I'm out. Well, we got that.
Yep.
They completely retconned his character and made him the killer, the biggest wuss in the entire franchise. I mean, and I still know what you did last summer. His only purpose in the movie was to deliver her a gun.
Yeah.
Like, he gets knocked out. He's easily defeated, but now we have to believe he's the Hook Man. We never get an explanation why him and Jennifer Love Hewitt's character got divorced and just went from lovey-dovey to vile, hate each other, could kill one another.
Well, hey, I'm living proof because that can happen. I know firsthand.
But there's motive.
Yeah, but we didn't hear the whole everything behind it.
Right,
you're right. Hate each other.
Yeah, I didn't like that he was the killer either, to tell you the truth, because he's like one of the guys that I did like him in the other movies. You're right, he is the weaker character, but I'm a huge fan of the original. Me and Mike actually just rewatched that and did a review of it not that long ago, and I really enjoy that movie. I think it is the best movie that came out of that Scream era, like after Scream was a hit. Like it's the best one that came out of that era. That's like that. But yeah, this movie, I was kind of excited, and then when I heard about it, and then the first trailer came out, and I'm like, something ain't sitting right, man. Like, I don't know about this movie. So yeah, and it did disappoint me. Yep, I'm with you.
To me, this is one, they were piggybacking off Scream 5.
Sure.
Trying to do the exact same thing again. And we've heard for a long time in the Scream franchise that Sidney could be the killer. Sidney has finally snapped. The same way we heard about Laurie Strode probably putting on the mask of Michael Myers one day. This one said, you know what, we're actually going to do that. We're going to make one of our OG characters the killer. It doesn't work. It doesn't play right. Everything about this movie just made me so mad for wasting my time. This shouldn't exist.
Yeah, I understand that. I'd liked a couple things about it, but yeah, overall, it wasn't great. You're right.
All right, so that brings us all to our number ones. Our number one collectively worst horror film in our opinion.
I'm going to say two honorable mentions real quick.
Okay.
That they didn't quite make it, but I think they're terrible. And that is Children of the Corn. Any movie in the Children of the Corn franchise, including the original, complete garbage. I hate it. Acting horrible. Just the whole idea of it, bad. In my opinion, I just don't like it. The next one that I'll say is a franchise that I actually like a lot, but this entry is the worst. And there's actually another one that's really bad too. And that is Jigsaw. Bad. Like, okay, he had another freaking apprentice we didn't know about. Give me a break. Like, no. I didn't like this. I hated the execution of it. No. Jigsaw. Bad. The number one movie that I cannot stand, and I went into it saying, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. Because they had a planned trilogy. So I'm like, okay, we got to get this first movie out of the way so we can watch the second one and see what they do with it. Well, the second one was a piece of shit too, believe me. This one's worse though, because the characters are dumb as hell. That is The Strangers Chapter 1. It is a complete piece of shit. It is horrible. The guy is hiding from the strangers, and he's out in the woods grabbing a water bottle, like crunching it up, making a bunch of damn noise. Like, are you kidding? And then, listen, if that ain't so bad, even in the second movie, the dumb idiot girl builds a fire when she's trying to hide from these people. Like, are you kidding?
She's got the potbelly pig that comes and tries to kill her. The damn
Yeah.
CGI on that pig is horrible.
Listen. The second movie I gave a shot because I'm like, okay, I had to get rid of this number one, which is basically a retelling. I think if I went back and watched the original Strangers, I would probably appreciate that more because they actually had two decent actors in it. This movie did not have decent actors in it, in my opinion. The acting's bad. Just the complete idiocy of the characters. Dumb. You had a gun and you dropped it and then you ran off. What? You had a gun! They have an axe. You would win. But you dropped the damn thing. No, I can't with this movie. Stupid. Dumb. Never watching it ever again. And like I said, I went into this, even though I hated that movie, I went into the second movie. I went to the theater to see the first one. Mistake. That was my Halloween Ends, Mike. I went and paid money to see that. Second movie I watched at home. I gave it a chance because I said, okay, I want to see what they do with it. They turned out another turd. So
yeah, but at the very, very end, you at least get to find out who the little girl's name is, they keep saying.
Oh, well, right. Yeah, okay. Will I be watching the third one? Probably. That's my number one.
The problem I've always had about The Strangers is, isn't this not supposed to get a sequel? Isn't that the point? Like, that's the trauma behind it, is we're not supposed to have a motive. The whole thing in the trailer, why are you doing this? Because you were home.
I like that. I do like that because it's like, holy crap, these people, yeah, that is scary to me. That is scary than having some big motive. That motive right there is scarier than having some big planned out motive, in my opinion.
Yeah, so if you start doing sequels and this whole new chapter, trilogy, whatever it is, you have to explain motive. You have to explain who's behind the mask, and that really breaks away from what the original film is trying to do.
And I also see a lot of people come out and defend The Strangers Pray at Night. I thought that was crap too. I didn't like that movie. But I do see a lot of people come out and defend that in the horror community. I didn't like that one either. But this chapter one is the biggest piece of crap. The second one is really bad as well, but I still think this one's worse because the characters are just so stupid. Even though that dumb idiot made a fire in the second movie.
All right, Mike, do you have any unhonorable
I don't know if I can
mentions?
get so emotionally charged as Josh just did with that. So
Mike,
I've got
Mike,
two,
what did you think of The Strangers, Mike?
you know I didn't like it. I thought that second one was all jump scares. I like the original. I like the original. I'm a fan of that one.
Yeah, I am too.
So my two dishonorable mentions is Jeepers Creeper Reborn.
Horrible.
Bad. Really bad.
Yes.
I know a lot of people get all tore up about talking about Jeepers Creepers, but I mean, I'll be honest with you, I like the original. I thought it was a good
Me too. Yes.
And I know the director and everything else did some bad stuff, but the movie is on its own. I thought was a decent movie.
I agree.
Hellraiser Revelations is the other one. You got a whole new Pinhead.
Ugh.
And they're partying in Cozumel or whatever, and then they release the the Cenobites. But so my absolute number one, this movie filming's not that bad. The soundtrack's not that bad.
No.
The shot is not that bad. It's actually good film work in the movie. It has the worst storyline to end a franchise that I've ever heard of, and that's Halloween Ends.
Yep. I agree.
Can never get my $15 back that I spent times 3 plus the $50 for popcorn and drinks for that movie for it to start that bad. I'm going to go on a little 1-minute tangent. Never, ever in the history of the world do band nerds whip Michael Myers' ass or the future Michael Myers' ass. I'd rather them be track nerds. And my son's a track athlete. I'd rather them be cross country people anything. I wish the cheerleaders would have kicked their ass.
I mean, you'd rather have it be Buster Rhymes do kung fu on Michael Myers.
I don't know, but it's not that bad, Josh. 50 Cent. Put 50 Cent now. I'd rather have 50 Cent do it. The whole storyline in the franchise was ruined by David Gordon Green and your boy from Know What You Did Last Summer, Joshua, that you love, who's also doing the Scream coming out right now.
Who?
Same guy. Helped him write it.
Oh,
Kevin.
Kevin Williamson.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, he helped on that one.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know the guy I like that did Righteous Gemstones and stuff helped him.
Yep. Well, no, that's who I mean. That's who I mean.
Danny McBride.
Yeah, McBride.
Yeah.
So listen, the whole storyline, the whole movie was about Corey and this love affair of two. It sucked. The movie should have been about Laurie and Michael and all the years together and then them coming to an end. I'd rather them killed them both off at the same time. Let Laurie go down and Michael together go down in that dumpster fire grinder or whatever. And to be a story. Or they could have even came back. I've said this probably 5 times in videos. At the very end of that movie, when they're walking through the house and the mask is on the table, could have easily saw a hand reach down there and pick it up and walk out the door. And it would at least left you wondering, was Corey really dead? He had his neck broken and he was stabbed in the neck. Hell, Michael Myers came back from Jason even got blown up in Friday 13th Goes to Hell, right? And he can come back. Have some kind of ending to it, or let Laurie, his granddaughter, and Corey move to another city and then it starts up again. There's so many things they could have done with that movie. Instead, they again filled that toilet up and it won't flush because it's a big ass turd in that toilet. I can't stand it. I'm just going to stop right there.
Well, like me and Mike have done countless videos on our channel and we still can make countless more. I know that because we just despise this movie. So, and you know
there's some good shots. There's some good.
Yeah.
David Gordon Green did some great shots in there. The shot coming down when the boy falls down and the view from top. Some of the scenes with Michael Myers near the tree and looking at Laurie and Laurie's looking at Corey and he's looking at both of them. There's some great shots in there in that movie.
The kills with Corey as Michael Myers are some good. Dude, the blowtorch kill. Oh, that is awesome.
Took all the good kills away from the main character.
The guy's tongue off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. And that's it.
So in a way, we all three do have a commonality because in my dishonorable mention is going to be Halloween Ends. I think Halloween Ends is the worst of the entire franchise. Like I already touched on, you did 3 different plot points, didn't follow through. We had a 3-movie trilogy that should have been 1 movie to have her have a final battle with Michael. I mean, they should have committed and let him become the new Michael Myers. Mm-hmm. That's what should have happened. But no, we get this melancholy love story that I don't know if I'm watching The Lost Boys trying to do something new or if I'm watching Halloween.
You don't like Halloween Kills either?
I like aspects of Halloween Kills. I do not like the whole Evil Dies Tonight chanted for 2 hours straight.
That's crap, I agree.
I don't like Michael Myers becoming John Wick at the end of that film.
Yeah, I get that. But this Halloween Kills has grown on me quite a lot. There is a lot to like about that movie. But yeah, the Evil Dies Tonight is atrocious. And
also we got the worst Tommy. Worst Tommy in the franchise. Even though you had Anthony Michael Hall play him, he came across as just a huge asshole.
And a drunk.
A drunk. For no reason. Also, why is if we're saying the other movies don't happen and we're just going off the first film, why is an entire town of Haddonfield traumatized by 4 murders that happened in the 70s?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people bring that up. Like, people get killed all the time, and it doesn't have that kind of effect on a whole entire town, you know. And like you said,
Yeah.
it was like 40 or 50 years ago, wherever the hell. So it does. I understand that point that you're making because I've heard other people say that exact same thing, and it does kind of make sense. But
So
yeah,
my other dishonorable mention out of this list, just looking at it, I'm going to have to say it because it almost made the top 5. Survival of the Dead.
never
George
seen it.
George A. Romero's last zombie film of the Dead franchise.
Never seen it.
So it's coming off the heels of Shaun of the Dead, trying to do that comedy. He did a straight comedy zombie film. And none of the comedy hits, none of it works. He doesn't have a statement to make. Lazy writing, lazily put together. But the whole thing is really about 2 rivals in a town that hate each other and can't put their hatred aside even during an infection. To the point where it ends with both of them becoming infected, but they hate each other so much they can't eat people. All they want to do is constantly try to kill each other. And that's Romero.
Right.
So that's in my worst.
Mike has a buddy. Hey, Mike has a buddy that played in Land of the Dead.
Land of the Dead's a good film. I will defend Land of the Dead. So I'll
So
fight
the guy,
that
the guy in that mechanic suit. What's his name? The
one.
zombie.
Oh,
He yelled at Mike.
Eugene Clark.
Yeah, he yelled at Mike at a con.
I've met him. Yeah, I know.
Okay, go ahead, Jeremy. Sorry, I just had to get that out.
My number 1 is one that's lasted with me, and I don't know why it was made or remade. 2005's The Fog.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
It's,
bad.
To me, one of the worst remakes ever attempted, ever done.
I don't like the original either. That's just me, though. I don't like the original.
I think the original is probably the lesser of the Jamie Lee Curtis horror era. I mean, she did a movie called Virus that I think is actually better than The Fog. That's just my opinion. But you remake this film, 1, you dumb it down and make it PG-13. 2, you abandon most of the storyline from the original. You put Tom Wellington in there just because he's high on Smallville at the moment. And you make everyone just deadpanned. You don't care about anyone. There's no good scenes. Even when they try to do the priest in the church with the glass surrounding him, it is a terrible scene. You can tell it's CGI. You can tell they half-assed it. And when you get to the conclusion, again, spoilers, but stay away from this movie, where she has to join the pirates. She has to join them and be a part of them to get the town to stop, and we don't stop that. She just willingly goes, oh, okay, I'll go be with you dead people. I hate this movie. It serves no purpose, and there's no threat. There's no threat in this film.
And there's no Tom Atkins.
No Tom Atkins. No.
Hey, is there
two deaths in this entire film?
I don't remember. I don't remember it well, but is there a guy in his mid-50s dating like a 19-year-old like in the original?
No, because at least it would have been interesting.
Hey, what's your name? You are 18, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I really think that The Fog is probably my most hated horror movie and my worst remake ever attempted.
I'd have to think about that.
Well, we know yours is Strangers, Josh. You've already told us you don't like.
Oh yeah, that is. I forgot that's a remake. I'm thinking like the Poltergeist remake was horrible too, but yeah.
But there's more effort in that remake than The Fog.
Sure, yeah, definitely. I do agree with that. I actually saw the remake of The Fog before I actually saw the original Fog, but I didn't like either of them. Though the original Fog does have a good cast. Tom Atkins, you have Adrian Barbeau, you have Jamie Lee Curtis. It does have a good John Carpenter type cast. Well, it's his movie, but it's just like it doesn't land for me. And then of course the remake was absolute garbage. I might have seen that in the theater, dude. I think back then.
That's just because
Horrible.
you love seeing Jamie Lee Curtis do the dancing in prom night. That's on the dance floor.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that is our own personal collective list of what we actually think is the worst horror films ever made.
Yeah.
Did you agree? Do you disagree? Hit us up in the comments, not just on my channel. Go over to Real Dead, like, comment, subscribe to everything they do, and tell them what you think your list is. Tell us what you think your list is. So with all that said, guys, thank you so much again for doing this with me.
A lot of
breaking
fun,
this
Jeremy.
list down. Had a lot of fun with you guys. And I'm
Yep.
sure we'll do
Thanks for inviting us.
no problem. I'm sure I'll be on your channel. Y'all be more than welcome to come back on mine.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Until next time, you guys got anything you want to wrap up with right quick?
That's it. Maybe next time we can do the best list. So then we're talking about movies we actually like.
I like that. So stay tuned for that video coming down soon. But until next time, I'll see you guys around.
See ya.